after a week-long videos full of team reveals, looking at the uniforms, the courts, and looking at the rosters. It is finally time to start the new CCBA, the Content Creator Basketball Association, as we start off with the very first ever game featuring the Pittsburgh Snowman and the Boston Big Babies. Coming up next. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the TD Garden here for the very first ever CCBA basketball game featuring the visiting Pittsburgh Snowmen from Walty Snowman and the Boston Big Babies from Baby Henny here, as you see the crowd filing into the TD Garden in Beantown here. And what will be the first ever CCBA game here. I am Vita Productions, and I am your commentator for this game here. You look at the crowd here, and it looks like it's a sellout crowd. Fans anticipating their hometown Big Babies here. Can the Big Babies find a way to win? Or will the Walty Snowman and his Pittsburgh Snowman come in and get the very first ever win on the road? As you see the teams filing onto the court here, led by Chris Paul, one of the big names for the Big Babies, and Rudy Gobert is a notable player for the Pittsburgh Snowmen here. Team getting ready for the opening tip now, here from TD Garden. Set the tip now. And the very first ever CCBA game is underway here, as the Big Babies will win the tip. I see Chris Paul handing it over to Bradley Beal. We'll try to get some of the names here, as they did not show the starting lineups here. And there goes. The first 2 points ever in the CCBA history is there. And the Big Babies with a 2-0 lead. I see Karis LeVert. They're handing it over to Mike Conley Jr. here, the veteran in the NBA. Conley with the shot up, no good. Jacob Poeltl with the rebound. Trying to add more points here. 2-0 very early on now. See, giving it up. And you can see the shot is up on the side of the key, and it's no good, but it's a rebound by Jacob Poeltl. And Poeltl is going to get the second chance points there, and it's 4-0 Boston. And you see Mike Conley coming around here. Thought about the shot for a second. See Mike Conley again with it. Driving down there, still outside the three-point. Back over again. Here's a shot up. No good. And there's the rebound here, as you see Chris Paul with it, crossing the timeline. Chris Paul handing it off. And you see Jacob Poeltl inside the paint with the shot up. No good. Williamson with the rebound. Pittsburgh going the other way. And you see Karis LeVert there will get the first 2 points in the Pittsburgh Snowman history with a dunk. And it's quickly 4-2. Very low scoring game here so far to start off the... As you see Chris Paul there getting that easy layup there. He has 4 points already. As you see, that is a Mobile One drive of the game. And the Big Babies are back up by 2 here, as you see Mike Conley. See from the TD Garden logo there. Trailing 6-2. Karis LeVert inside jump shot in the paint, right beyond the free throw line, and it's 6-4. LeVert has all 4 points so far for the Snowmen. In this Eastern Conference matchup, you see Chris Paul. You see there's a 3-point shot there, no good. LeVert with the rebound. LeVert crossing the timeline. Trailing by 2. You see Hart with it. As I said, you're going to get the names coming around. You see Zion there just sitting there. He now has the ball. He gives it back to LeVert. LeVert for 3. No good. Al Horford with the rebound. Giving it over to Chris Paul now. Paul being defended. You see Paul's going to come around, and that's going to be no good, and Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Mike Conley was guarding Chris Paul there for a second, and that is going to be the matchup between the two right now in the starting lineups here. You see Michael Conley still holding on to the ball. 10 seconds to shoot. 7, 6 to shoot. Conley for 3. No good. And now Horford will get the rebound. Bradley Beal has it. Chris Paul. Chris Paul for 3, and it's no good. Rebound going the other way. Now Gobert has it. Now it's Mike Conley with it. Conley to LeVert. LeVert for 3. No good. But Mike Conley gets the offensive rebound and will get the second chance points there. And this game is tied at 6. Brand new ball game. See Beal heading back over to Paul. Paul being guarded by Mike Conley, but he gets away. And you see Jacob Poeltl. Look at that shot there, and Poeltl has 4 points along with 2 rebounds on 2 of 3 shooting. And the Big Babies are back on top by 2. Zion Williamson. You see Zion once again onto the action there, but he's being guarded very heavily there. So he passes it up. Mike Conley to Zion. Zion getting the shot up. No good. Al Horford with the rebound. 8-6, the Boston Big Babies on top of the Pittsburgh Snowmen. You see Chris Paul with a jumper, and it's good. And it's back to a 4-point lead again. As you can see, the Big Babies shooting 5 of 10 so far, compared to 3 of 9 for the Snowman. LeVert, I believe that is him for the 3. No good. Jacob Poeltl with the rebound. Chris Paul coming around, crossing the timeline. This is the first ever game in the CCBA history here. And you can see, gives it Poeltl back over to, I believe that's Warren. TJ Warren there, gives it over to Al Horford. Horford with the shot up, no good. Hart with the rebound. And you see Rudy Gobert with it, handing it over to Mike Conley. Conley getting the shot up, no good. Poeltl with the rebound. As you can see, Chris Paul, Mike Conley, 2 points and 1 of 5 shooting and 1 rebound. And you see Horford. And he's going to get the shot up, and that's good. And it's now a 6-point lead, the largest lead of the game so far for the Big Babies. Mike Conley with it. Give it over to Karis LeVert. LeVert almost lost it for a second, but now gives it up. That is Hart there, number 22. Hands it off back over to Zion. Zion has it, but you only got like 3 to shoot. Zion for a 3-point attempt, no good. Horford's going to get the rebound. Chris Paul there with it now, crossing the timeline. Paul basically going long range there. Not quite coast to coast, but he does get the bucket there. And he now has 6 in this game, and there is a timeout, the first called. This game is coming to you from the TD Garden here in Boston, Massachusetts. Right now, the score, the Boston Big Babies 14 and the Pittsburgh Snowman 6. As we head to a timeout here. And as you see the Boston dancers over here, let's give it time to give a shout out to Walty Snowman, as I am going to promote his channel here during the timeout. Give him a follow. He does a lot of random stuff. He does some Fortnite. He does Madden. I know he does a little bit of MLB The Show. Again, give him a follow. You see over here, twitch.tv/Walty Snowman. He is a fan of all Pittsburgh sports, Pirates, Steelers, Penguins, you name it. And he's a really good guy in the community. I've been friends with him on these platforms for about 5 years now. First met him over on FG's channel back when he used to call himself Walter White, named after the character from Breaking Bad. But he changed it to Walty Snowman, and he's been better for it. So give him a follow again, as we're about to end the timeout here, as you enjoy the rest of the Pittsburgh Dancers. All right, as the timeout comes to an end, the players are coming back out onto the court. 14-6, the Big Babies are on top here. As you can see, Doc Rivers, and I don't know why they still use the Philadelphia 76ers. I did replace the 76ers here and relocated them to Pittsburgh, but I guess they still kept the Sixers stuff here. As you see, the inbounding hit by the Big Babies here. Conley with it. Gives it over to LeVert. I said it's kind of hard. You see Karis LeVert with 3. No good. Kelly Olynyk now into the game. Pittsburgh on a scoring drought that's been over 3 minutes. It's been an 8-0 run now. You see Chris Paul trying to get them up by double digits now. Trying to extend this to a 10-0 run here. You see the 3-point attempt. No good. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Mike Conley coming around, crossing the timeline. Conley just keeping the ball right now. Holding on to it. Is it over to Karis? Or no, that's not Karis. That is Hart, actually. Hart back over to Conley. Or no, that's LeVert. LeVert with 3-pointer. No good. Al Horford with the rebound. And he hands it off to Chris Paul. There's a 3-point attempt there. No good. As you see, Karis LeVert, his stats, 4 points and a rebound, 2 of 6 shooting so far. 14-6, the Boston Big Babies on top, as you can see. Conley, and you can see right up there. That wasn't quite the layup there that was needed, but that it was a good way to end the scoring drought, though. So it's 14-8 now. Ends an 8-0 run for the Boston Big Babies here. You see Kelly Olynyk has it. Holding on to it, 9 to shoot, 8 to shoot. And you see now less than 5 to shoot on the shot clock. Chris Paul's getting the shot up, no good. That is Gobert with the rebound. Mike Conley has it now for the Pittsburgh Snowmen. Finds Karis LeVert. LeVert hands it back to Conley. Conley for 3, and he will hit the 3-pointer, their first ever in Snowman history. And it's now a 5-0 run, and it's 14-11 now. So Pittsburgh trying to scratch and claw themselves back into this game. Scoring the last 5 points in this game here. As you see, more substitutions are going to be made coming up for both sides. Chris Paul with the shot. No good, and Karis LeVert with the rebound. LeVert. And then back over to Conley. Mike Conley just had the 3 on the last trip down the field. And you can see him with that nice assist there. As you see Karis LeVert, he now has 8 points in this game. And Pittsburgh is only within 1 here. It's over there. You can see Bradley Beal just passing that shot up. Lead only down to 1 now. So see Chris Paul with a 3-pointer attempt, no good. Tucker's into the game now for the Snowman here. See Michael Conley again. Trailing 14-13, and he's been rejected by Olynyk, and Horford's going to come up with it. And it's going to go the other way for the Big Babies here. Up by 1. Chris Paul, no good. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Hart now has it. Taking their time now. Karis LeVert, who has 8 points so far in this game. Hart coming around, and he's going to be fouled, and TJ Warren's called for his foul. His first team foul. First foul in the CCBA history, and Hart is going to come up with the first free throws ever in the history of the CCBA. You see Hart will be shooting 2, and he will drain the first one here as some substitutions being made. Looking at the lineup now. So we have Hart. And now we're looking at the substitutions now for the Big Babies here. Chris Paul's the only one that's still in, or did not change positions, I should say. Just got a little over. See, Hart will sink them both, and it's the first lead of the game for Pittsburgh. They are now on a 9-0 run coming off of that timeout. Davis with a shot, three-point shot, and he hits it. And the Big Babies are back on top by 2 here. With under 2 to play here in the first quarter, or under a minute and a half now in the first quarter, I should say. 17-15, the Big Babies on top here in the CCBA. First ever game here, 17-15. The Boston Big Babies are on top. And you see that shot is up, no good. You see LaMarcus Aldridge with the rebound. Chris Paul still in this game now. He's played the entire first quarter so far. See Chris Paul coming up, trying to get that layup. He's going to get the shot up. No good, and it's rebounded by Rudy Gobert. Gobert dishing it up, and that's going to be good. He's going to get the assist there. And it's a 11-3 run now, which the game is tied at 17. They briefly had a 15-14 lead. As under a minute to play here in the first quarter, Chris Paul has it, trying to regain the lead for the Boston Big Babies. Paul with the jump throughout three-pointer, and that is going to be no good as Metu will get the rebound here. Bullock coming now. It's a totally different lineup now for both teams. Last few seconds of play in the first quarter. Game tied at 17 here. Victor Oladipo. He's going to get a three-point attempt up. No good. And we're down to the last few seconds here. Davis is going to get the shot up. No good. And at the end of one, we are tied at 17 apiece here. Low-scoring first quarter, but still a close game here. Second quarter coming up next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the TD Garden here in Boston, Massachusetts. Here we have a tie game between the Pittsburgh Snowmen and the Boston Big Babies here. The game low scoring, 17 all here, as you see the Snowmen getting the ball back to start off the second quarter here. As you can see here, that is a failed attempt there. You see LaMarcus Aldridge is going to basically get the steal here. He's coming around, and look at that there, and it's 19-17, and that is Davis with the bucket there. He has 5 points in this game so far here. Can the Big Babies or Snowman find a way to answer here? You see Bullock there in the three-pointer thinking about it, but as you see, 10 to shoot, Zion Williamson. And he's going to get his own offensive rebound after that miss, and he's not going to get there as LaMarcus Aldridge will get the rebound this time. White with the ball now. Handing over to Chris Paul. Paul had a good first quarter here. Paul for three, and he will miss it here as you see Metu with the rebound. Mike Conley now has it. Dishing it out. That is Victor Oladipo here. Getting over to Zion Williamson inside the paint. Getting back outside the free throw circle here. Bullock passing it over to Zion. Zion has it. He's going to get that hooker. No good. LaMarcus Aldridge again with the rebound. Chris Paul crossing the timeline. 19-17 here as we are in the early stages of the second quarter here. You see LaMarcus Aldridge being guarded by Zion, and Aldridge is going to win that battle, and he gets his first couple points of the game, and it's 21-17 Boston on top. This is the very first ever game. As you can see that alley-oop there from Zion Williamson. Well needed there. Pittsburgh only down by 2. That could be a highlight reel here. As you can see, Chris Paul now has 10 points in this game after that, bringing the Boston lead back up by 4. Mike Conley Jr. has it now. Very close game to start off here. You see Zion with a jump shot, and it's good. And Zion as Reggie Bullock there with the assist. 23-21 Boston. See the big babies on top here. You see LaMarcus Aldridge with a jump shot. No good. Metu with the rebound. Mike Conley now has it. And you see Victor Oladipo. It will go back to Conley. Conley back to Williamson. Williamson with another jump shot. No good. White with the rebound. Big baby's going the other way. Chris Paul now has it. Being guarded by Michael Conley. And Paul with a jump shot. No good with Zion Williamson with the rebound. He's crashing the boards, getting some points so far here in the early second quarter. Very closely contested game here in the CCBA debut. Low scoring, though, as it's 23-21. Early second quarter. Zion again misses as Davis has the rebound. This is game one of a doubleheader here. Next game coming up a little bit later on tonight at 10:30 p.m. Eastern here. As you see Chris Paul there with the layup there, and it's good. He has 12 in 16 minutes of play, and it's back to a 4-point lead now for the Boston Big Babies. Zion was being guarded. And look at that. And that is good. I believe that is Oladipo. Victor Oladipo. Or Deep. I'm getting confused with names right now. As you see Chris Paul there. Get it over to LaMarcus Aldridge. And there is a foul called. There's Victor Oladipo getting called. And now we're going to look at some lineup changes again. Conley staying in. LeVert coming back in. As now we see a big lineup change now as far for Boston as well, as they're up by 2. Brissett has it now. He's in the game for the first time for Boston. You see Chris Paul. Or no, that wasn't Chris Paul. No, I think that was him that missed the shot now. You see Zion with the rebound, and he's going to go coast to coast with a jam. And this game is tied. Looking at that AT&T 5G Slam Cam here. Zion Williamson, he lost a lot of weight. Hopefully that translates well into the real-life NBA for him to be successful. He did lose a lot of weight this offseason in the NBA. We'll see how. But so far he's having a big showing here as there is a foul call. I believe that is LeVert called for the fouls. It's going to be Bradley Beal going to the line. Again, as I said, this is the first game of a doubleheader here. Second game coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern, which will feature the Anaheim Baffles after Baffle 99. As you see Bradley Beal making the first of his free throw shots there to put him back on top by 1. And the Oakland Fantastic Elmos, inspired by Dove Fantastic Duo. And he hits them both, and it is a 2-point lead again for the Boston Big Babies here. Conley now has it. Mike Conley. As he gets it over, and there's the jump shot by LeVert. No good. Jacob Poeltl with the rebound. White now has it crossing the timeline. 27-25 here in the early second quarter here. It is. I believe there's about 5 minutes into the quarter here, as you see. I believe that is Jacob Poeltl there with the bucket, and it's back to a 4-point lead. Poeltl had a decent first quarter. He looks like he wants to try to continue that success into the second quarter. See Zion. Look at him just coming around there. Zion Williamson with 8 points in this game. I believe all 8 have come in the second quarter here. And it's still a 2-point game here. See Bradley Beal with it. Get over to TJ Warren. Warren with a jump shot from the logo and from the league logo, and you see he makes it. It's back to a 4-point lead again. Victor Oladipo. Give it over to Karis LeVert. LeVert finds Michael Conley. Conley thought about the 3 for a second, but he's going to go inside, and he's going to get the layup attempt to Rudy Gobert, and Gobert will get the dunk there. It's back to a 2-point deficit again as the timeout is called. in this game, coming to you from the TD Garden here in Boston, Massachusetts. You're just going to sit here and watch this break, as I'm just going to take a little breather. Enjoy the dancers, everybody. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're looking at the league leaders from last season here, but that was for the NBA. This is a CCBA here on NBA 2K here on my YouTube channel, Vita Productions. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you are new, and hit that bell icon if you want to see some more CCBA stuff, as well as my Madden 23 franchise here. I see Boston will now inbound it here after their timeout called. Warren has it. Now goes to White. White just holding on to it, under 6 to play. See TJ Warren there with the dunk, and it is back to a 4-point lead again. Mike Conley coming around. 33-29. You see Victor Oladipo there with the dunk, and it's back to a 2-point game again. As I said, every timeout, first timeout of each half, I will promote each content creator here. As you can see, Jacob Pirtle thought about the shot for a second, but there is 3 to shoot. 2 to shoot, 1 to shoot. TJ Warren getting the layup in time, and he's going to make it, and it's 35-31. See Michael Conley coming across to the timeline here. Don't forget, everybody, CCBA is a new league that I'm trying to do here on YouTube. It's only going to be a 1-year experience. As you see Oladipo coming around, making the shot. 35-33 now. See White crossing the timeline. In this low-scoring affair, I thought this would be a little bit of a high-scoring game with some of the talent here. And that's going to be a foul. I believe that is against Rudy Gobert. Derek White is going to go to the line. So that's Rudy's first. Second team foul called against the Snowman. Two shots going for Derek White. Chance to put them back up by three here. The first attempt. And he does just that here, as some substitutions are going to be made. Oladipo moving a position, and Hart's coming back into the game. Here we are now, second shot. And he makes them both, and it's 37-33. Karis LeVert with it. Both teams perfect from the field so far, or from the free throw line so far. Small sample, but is he Hart for 3? No good, and the rebound by Al Horford. Chris Paul crossing the timeline. (37-33), 4-point game. You see Jacob Pirtle coming around. Pirtle giving it back to, and then lead us Bradley Beal now, and it's no good. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Oladipo has it. Just holding on to her right now before he passes it back over to Levert. Karis Levert. Coming around 7-6 from the free throw line. Shot no good. Pirtle with the rebound. Derek White has it for the Boston Big Babies, who are up by 4. We go to Bradley Beal here. Back to Jacob Pirtle. Pirtle, what an awkward jump shot there. That was no good. Victor Oladipo with the rebound. Give it back to Karis Levert. Levert. Just holding on to it right now. There's a shot up, and it's no good. Jacob Pirtle with the rebound as Derek White has it. That is Chris Paul now to Al Horford. Horford for 2, no good. PJ Tucker with the rebound. Victor Oladipo now has it again. Crossing the timeline, Karis Levert. And wants to get something going here as this team is trailing by 4 here. See Oladipo coming around. PJ Tucker going to get it. 1 to shoot. Rudy Gobert will get it off, and they will get the offensive rebound here. Levert has it again here. Give it over, and Levert with a three-pointer. No good. Rudy Gobert gets his offensive rebound. No good. Jacob Pirtle will get the defensive rebound here. And looking at the drought now. Another drought. As the bucket is made, and it's 39-33. I believe Derek White got the bucket there. 6-point lead again for the Pittsburgh, or for the Boston Big Babies here. Levert holding on to it. Less than 10 to shoot now. And there's a three-point attempt. No good. Jacob Pirtle there. Bradley Beal has it. Substitutions coming up again for the Big Babies. See Bradley Beal with the no good again. I think he has missed every shot so far from the floor. In fact, he has. He's 0 for 6 from the floor. His only 2 points were from free throws. As you can see here, Bradley Beal. There's a three-point attempt. No good. Jacob Pirtle gets an offensive rebound, and he will get the second chance points. And it's now an 8-point lead with under a minute to play before halftime. Oladipo coming around, giving it over to Josh Hart. Hart to Levert. Levert for 3. No good. Horford with a rebound. Bradley Beal has it. TJ Warren. As you can see here, they're trying to hold on here. Less than 7 to shoot now. Now under 5 to shoot. 3 to shoot. 2 to shoot. Got to get it off. Horford, no good. And it's now rebounded again by the Pittsburgh Snowmen here. As we now have 10 to play before halftime. They could hold on for the last shot here for Pittsburgh. Trailing by 8. Oladipo back to Gobert. And there's the shot up, and it is no good. In and out. As we head to halftime. As the score is the Boston Big Babies 41 and the Pittsburgh Snowman 33 here. And what has been a close game so far to this point here. As you can see, Bradley Beal getting interviewed. Not having a good game from the field. He only has 2 points, and both of them were from the free throw line here. But as you can see here on 2K23, he's still going to get interviewed at halftime by David Aldridge. As we are now at halftime here, it is 41-33, Boston ahead of Pittsburgh. As we are going to get ready for the halftime report. As you can see, Shaq, the Jet, and EJ, Ernie Johnson there. As you can see, looking at some of the Boston Big Babies' upcoming schedule, they'll be at the Tampa Cocos, at the Jacksonville Blaze, at the Chicago Murdas, before returning home to a game against the Cleveland Clinkers. So they'll be on the road for 3 games after this, but now we're looking at some highlights here, and they're going to be mostly seeing Pittsburgh missing shots. And that's been a big common theme here. As I don't know what's going on here, but really nothing of highlight worthy. Don't know what 2K's thinking here, I'll tell you that right now, but we're looking at some of the statistics here. 41-33. Mike Conley is one of the top performers, and Jacob Pertl is a top performer for Boston. Then the second half coming up right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on opening night here as we're going to get ready to start the second half here. Here we are now. The Pittsburgh Snowmen will get the ball to start the second half here. You see Conley, Levert, Gobert, Hart, and I believe that is Warren that is out on the court here, and that is no good here. Chris Paul with it now for the big babies here. Al Horford now up by 8. Bradley Beal has not got any points on the floor yet. As you see, he will get the assist for Jacob Pertl, though. Make that 10 for him in 16 minutes. Could be reading those numbers wrong, but I know he's definitely in double digits right now. And that's a lead, too. As you see, Conley is going to be fouled. I believe that is Chris Paul called for the foul. His first team foul of the third quarter here. 2 shots coming from Mike Conley. Again, this is a doubleheader here on the CCBA. And that's the first one up, and it is a 43-34 deficit now for Pittsburgh here. As you can see, the Pittsburgh Snowmen text as well as that Walty Snowman logo here. And he will make them both, and it's 43-35. Bradley Beal has it now for the big babies here, up by 8. TJ Warren has it. Chris Paul coming around, and there is a shot up, and it is good, and it's back up to a 10-point lead again. Chris Paul with 14 points in this game. I believe he's leading the way, actually, to this point. You see Michael Conley there, no good. Bradley Beal with a rebound. He's contributing in other ways. But as I said, his only 2 points have been on the free throw line so far. I see TJ Warren there just holding on here. It's a 10-point game. Al Horford coming around. As you see, Horford's going to get the layup there, and it's a 12-point lead now as Al Horford only has 4 points in this game, but 10 rebounds, though. So he is crashing the boards, and he's finally getting rewarded there with some points there. 3-point attempt, no good. Bradley Beal rebound. Josh Hart, only 1 of 8 shooting, 4 points. So he's struggling on a field just like Mike Conley is for Boston. I see Warren giving it over to Pertl. And just look at Jacob Pertl there, though. Just easily getting his way. It's a 14-point lead, the largest of the game for Boston. See Karis LeVert coming around with a shot up. No good. Jacob Pertl rebound. Karis LeVert has 8 points, 3 rebounds, and there's a foul called. And that's against Mike Conley. As Bradley Beal will go back to the line where he has his only points in the game so far. Here in the third quarter, the big babies look like they're starting to pull away in this game here. Close first half, and they started pulling away for a little bit. And now it's a 15-point lead after that first free throw made. And he makes them both. He has 4 points in this game. It's the largest lead of the game. 16 points for Boston right now. Here on game one of a doubleheader in the CCBA opening night. You see, look at that Zion Williamson there. That's 10 points for him. After that dunk there, you see Bradley Beal has it. Holding on as you see Beal coming around. He'll get the shot up. No good, but he gets his offensive rebound, and there's his first points from the field. He now has 6 tonight, and it's back up to a 16-point lead for Boston, the big babies. Oh, look at that, Zion again. He scored the last 4 points for the Pittsburgh Snowmen on the last 2 trips down the court. Bradley Beal. He has it. We go to Al Horford now. Give it over to Chris Paul. Paul with a jump shot. No good. A rebound by Zion Williamson. Williamson a little bit on fire, and he will not make it this time. You see Al Horford will get the rebound here. Chris Paul finding it. As you see, Bradley Beal will miss it. No good. Rudy Gobert with an easy rebound. Mike Conley coming around. He's going to get the jump shot off. No good. Davis with the rebound. Davis going to go back to Chris Paul. As Kelly Olynyk is now into the game now. Oh, look at that. Bradley Beal. He's going to get the layup up, or jump shot up. No good. Hart will have it now, going the other way. Josh Hart loses it, but he still maintains possession of it. Less than 7 to shoot now as you see the 3 ball up. No good. Al Horford rebound. Mike Conley only has 7 points on 2 of 10 shooting. Does have 1 for 4 from 3 though. Kelly Olynyk with the jam there, and it's a 16-point lead again. Look at that. As Boston is shooting 60% in the third quarter so far from the field. And they're back up by their largest lead here. 3-point attempt, no good. Al Horford rebound. They see Chris Paul has it. As Boston is in control of this game to this point, as you see Kelly Olynyk coming around. Kelly Olynyk, no, the shot wasn't Olynyk with the shot now. That was Davis with the shot, and that was no good. You see Mike Conley Jr. has it. Teammate of Greg Oden's when they had that Final Four run back in 2007. You see Zion, look at him. I believe that's 14 for him now, and that is worthy of a Mobile One Drive replay. I believe that is Hart with the assist there. That is definitely a great play. That could be a TikTok-worthy play there. As soon I might have a TikTok account to try to get highlights from these games. Let's see Kelly Olynyk. Or no, that wasn't Olynyk. That was Davis with the shot up again. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Trailing by 14. Can Pittsburgh make a comeback here? See Mike Conley hand it over to Zion, and Zion. This has been the Zion Williamson quarter for Pittsburgh. He has 8 points so far. 8 of the 10 points that Pittsburgh has scored so far have come off of Zion Williamson. He now has 16 in this game. See Chris Paul being guarded, and Chris Paul is going to get the dish it up. Bradley Beal had the shot off, no good. Zion Williamson with the rebound. I think he's coming close to a double-double here. You see Bradley Beal, 1 of 11 from the field. He's been shooting very poorly in this game. You see Michael Conley now. Can he get points? Nope, but Zion Williamson again. And it's now a 10-point game. That's a 6 unanswered points. And now the timeout being called here. This game is coming from the TD Garden here in Boston, Massachusetts. The Boston Big Babies 55 and the Pittsburgh Snowmen 45. As this is the first timeout of the second half here. Now we're going to give you a shout out for the content creator inspiring the Boston Big Babies. It is actually Big Baby Henny, who is on Twitch. Just got recently named a VIP on his chat. But he does a lot of random stuff. He does a lot of MLB The Show, which is what I had him tabbed on right now at the time of me doing the commentary for this game. Give him a follow here. As you can see, twitch.tv/BigBabyHenny. He is actually a Yankee fan in Boston. That's why you see the New York Yankee logo on the scores table here. But he was always born and raised a Yankee fan. But he is definitely a Boston fan and everything else. I know he's definitely a Celtics fan in basketball. So I'm sure he's really happy that I made this team for him. So give him a follow here, as I'm going to take a breather for the last 10 seconds. Alright, welcome back everybody, as we are heading back to the action here. It is 55-45 here. The Snowmen have scored the last 6 points. As Boston is looking to try to stop the bleeding here. Up by 10. And we're going to see here. See Chris Paul here with it. Dishing it out to Horford. I believe that is no good. Reggie Bullock with the rebound. Pittsburgh going the other way, looking to try to claw back into single digits here. Bullock. And again, this has been a Zion Williamson quarter. As you see, Rudy Gobert alley-oop attempt. A 12-4 run. And it's now to an 8-point game again. This has been the Zion Williamson quarter. Aldridge, no good. PJ Tucker with the rebound. Williamson here again. Only trailing by 8. Get rid of Reggie Bullock. Bullock thought about taking a shot, but thought better. And you see Zion Williamson again. Zion with a jump shot. This time he misses, and Davis will grab the rebound for the Big Babies. Both teams playing in the first ever CCBA game here. I'm hoping that he sees Chris Paul there with the shot. No good. Hart with the rebound. The Bullock coming around. As you see Chris Paul at 14 points on 7 and 18 shooting. See Davis has it. Coming around, and there's the dunk. It's a double-digit point lead again for the Boston Big Babies, 57-47. That is how you stop the bleeding here. Metu is on the court now. The Zion. Oh, look at that. That's a three-point attempt right there. That is well needed. And it's back to a 7-point game again. Chris Paul. Give it over to Aldridge. It was a 16-point lead for the Boston Big Babies, but now down to 7. You see Chris Paul with a jumper, no good. Metu with the rebound. Victor Oladipo, who I believe is the one that hit the 3 just a second ago. Has Reggie Bullock now, has it. Give it over to Oladipo. 9 to shoot. Oladipo layup, and it's good, and it's now a 5-point game. And I'm sure there's a lot of tension building up now as this Boston crowd is nervous now. See, they're right up there, and I believe that's Davis with it. And there's a three-point attempt there, no good. Davis had an opportunity there for second chance points, no good. Zion with the rebound. Over a minute to play in the third quarter, I should say. You see Zion Williamson, jump shot, no good. Aldridge with the rebound. 5-point game still. Chris Paul with it. See Chris Paul coming around, jump shot, and it is no good. Zion Williamson with the rebound, under a minute to play in the third quarter. Zion and company trying to get back as you see Rudy Gobert with it. Goes over to Metu, back over to Reggie Bullock. Bullock to Zion Williamson. You see a three-point attempt, and it is no good, and Aldridge with the rebound. Under 30 to play here in the second quarter. Or third quarter, I should say. Chris Paul, jump shot, no good, as Metu with the rebound here. So we're in the waning seconds of the third quarter with the Boston Big Babies leading at 57 to 52. And now they're just holding on to the final shot. Or could they? No, actually, as you see Zion Williamson with a dunk again. This has been the Zion Williamson quarter here. Now Boston could hold off for the last shot. Up by 3. Chris Paul, 3-point attempt, no good. And that's where the third quarter comes to an end. After 3 quarters played here in Beantown, the Boston Big Babies holding on to a 3-point lead. However, Pittsburgh down by 16, scratching and clawing their way back in this game thanks to that man Zion Williamson. The final stanza coming up here on opening night. All right, we are now back here with the final stanza, but first we are going to have the assist of the game. And you see Kelly Olynyk there with the slam dunk there. That was in the third quarter. I believe that was by, what was that, by Bradley Beal, I believe? Or was that by Davis, I think? As we are now starting the final 12 minutes of this game from Boston here. Bradley Beal will get the ball from the inbound here. As you see, White, Beal, Pirtle, TJ Warren, and Kelly Olynyk out on the court to start off the fourth quarter for the Boston Big Babies. Up by 3 here. See Jacob Pirtle there with the dunk, and it is 59-54. It's up to a 5-point lead now. Karis LeVert with the ball now. Trailing by 5. They've been trailing for most of this game. They had a brief lead in the first quarter. You see Michael Conley coming around with the layup, and it is good. It's back to a 3-point game again. We're going to go over here now. Both teams shooting under 40% right now here in this game. As we're just about a minute into the fourth quarter here, Jacob Pirtle over to White. Derek White trying to get around. He's going to get the shot up. No good. Hart with the rebound. Crossing the timeline here. Finds Karis LeVert. LeVert with the ball. You see LeVert dishes it over, and that's going to be a shot up. No good here. TJ Warren with the rebound here. Mike Conley with that shot. He's 3 of 13 in this game for only 9 points. Bradley Beal. Only 1 shot made from the field so far. As he's going to find TJ Warren. He's got to get the shot up here. That shot's up, and it is no good. Karis LeVert with the rebound. LeVert had a strong start to the game here. You see Mike Conley coming up with a rebound, and it is good. Or with a layup, and it's good, and it's only a 1-point game now. Boston was up by 16 early on in the third quarter, but it is now a 1-point game, mostly due by Zion Williamson, but you see White for 3, no good. Hart with the rebound. Now for a chance for Pittsburgh to take their first lead since 15-14. Rudy Gobert with it. coming around. Gobert holding on to it. He's going to get the hook shot up. No good. Jacob Pertl with the rebound. See Derek White coming around, and Derek White is going to come with the layup, and it is good. And it's back to a 3-point lead now for the Boston Big Babies here. LeVert with it, trailing by 3 here. Pittsburgh trying to cut it back to down to only 1 or try to tie the game up for the first time since it was 17-17. I see Hart coming around. Hart with the bucket, and it's good, and it's 61-60 here. Again, both teams shooting just under 40% here. I see Jacob Pertl dishes it over to Derek White. White coming around, being guarded by Mike Conley, or not Mike Conley. Yeah, that was Rudy Gobert with the rebound. That's Hart. Hart has it. I believe that was Conley, actually. Yeah, LeVert was guarding. As I said, I'm still getting used to some of the names here. You see Karis LeVert coming around, and LeVert is going to be fouled. I believe that is Jacob Pertl called for the foul. And Karis LeVert is going to come to the line to try to tie and take the lead for the Pittsburgh Snowmen, who have only led once in this game, 15-14 back in the early first quarter. Looking at it over here for the Big Babies, they had 20 points in the mid-range, 16 points in the paint. So they've been aggressive in this game. As you can see, LeVert is going to get the first shot up, and it's good, and this game is tied with some substitutions being made. Orford coming back in for Kelly Olynyk. That's the only substitution made. Again, this is a doubleheader here for CCBA. For those of you guys who are watching this live on the premiere, the second game will be up at 10 p.m. Eastern here, as LeVert makes them both. It's 62-61. Pittsburgh on top now. They have overcome a 16-point deficit. White with the ball now, trying to get his team back on top. As you can see, the shot, Jacob Pertl, no good, and it is rebounded by Hart. Hart coming around, and look at that. Hart basically went coast to coast there, and that is a nice layup. It is a 10-2 run, I believe. And it is now 64-61. You see, there's a three-point attempt there by Bradley Beal, and this game is tied at 64. So now it's Boston that's answering Pittsburgh's run. See Karis LeVert. Rudy Gobert with it. That is back to LeVert again. You see Karis LeVert gives it over to Turner, and I believe that, or Tucker, as I say, and he's going to go to the line. Yeah, PJ Tucker going to the line now to try to give the Snowmen a lead again. But again, those of you guys who are watching this on the premiere, there is a second game of the doubleheader. Will be up at 10 p.m. Eastern between the Anaheim Baffles and the Oakland Fantastic Elmos. As Tucker will hit the first one, and Pittsburgh is back on top by 1. They led it by as many as 3 earlier, just a few moments ago in the fourth quarter. That was their largest lead of the game. Tucker makes a second free throw attempt, and it is good. It's back to a 2-point lead again. Pertl will inbound it as he passes it to White. White crossing the timeline here. This game coming to you from the TD Garden here. First ever game of the CCBA here, the Content Creator Basketball Association. As you can see, the shot up for Bradley Beal, no good, as Hart with the rebound. LeVert, they're trying to extend their lead now. See Rudy Gobert, and look at Gobert. Easy layup there. And they've been on a 14-5 run. It's now a 4-point lead. That is their largest of the game. I hope you guys are enjoying this, even though this is a low-scoring affair here. It's still been a pretty entertaining game, close game, back and forth. Pirtle there with the easy layup there, and it's 68-66. That is, I believe, 16 for him in this game. For Jacob Pirtle. Keeping the big babies into this game now. See Mike Conley. And there's a three-point attempt there, and it is a loose ball foul called against Karis LeVert, and it's going to go the other way. Or is that Rudy Gobert? I do have trouble reading some of this as I'm recording or on the software system here. See Jacob Pirtle. With a Chris Paul, and look at that Chris Paul there. Nice shot, and it's tied at 68 again. Mike Conley with it now. This game tied at 68. No team, as you see, Zion Williamson's back in this game. As I said, it was a 16-point lead. As you see Karis LeVert there, he misses it. Bradley Beal has it. Al Horford. And there's a jump shot, no good. Williamson with the rebound. Zion with it, taking his time here. Goes over to Josh Hart. Zion has it again. Zion, jumper, no good. Jacob Pirtle with the rebound. Chris Paul now has it. Paul has it. And he's going to step out of bounds, I believe. And I don't know what he was thinking there. And that's going to be a turnover going back to Pittsburgh the other way. This game tied at 68. It was a 16-point lead for Boston at one point. Then Pittsburgh came back, and they had a 4-point lead earlier in this fourth quarter. That was their largest. You see Hart's coming around. No good. Pirtle with the rebound. You see Chris Paul with it, giving over to Bradley Beal now. Bradley Beal, oh, he almost stepped out of bounds, but he's going to get the shot up, and it's good. And guess what? The Boston Big Babies are back on top by 2 now, as Bradley Beal with 11 points in the game, and there is a timeout called on the floor. This game coming to you from the TD Garden here in Boston, Massachusetts. The Boston Big Babies on a 6-0 run, and it is now a 2-point lead again here. With 4:07 to play in the fourth quarter here. And I'm sorry I got to do this because all other leagues in real life does this, but the CCBA, the Content Creator Basketball Association, this is a CCBA production here. All rights reserved. Any reuse of this product, any reuse of this game here without the express written consent of the CCBA and yours truly, V-Dub Productions, is strictly prohibited. Sorry, I really did not get that off. I should have written this actual script down, but, you know, I kind of wanted to get that off just because, you know, I just kind of found it somewhat funny. And really because I thought it would just fit well doing a broadcast of games here. As this is the CCBA on NBA 2K, as you enjoying the dancers for the Boston Dancers here. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I know it's a low scoring game, but you know, this is very entertaining though. It's still anybody's game here. And remember, this is only game one of a doubleheader here, as you see the time running out now as we're getting ready to get back into some action here. 4:07 left to play in the fourth quarter. See Doc Rivers sitting there. Pittsburgh getting ready to inbound the ball here, and I believe that is... I don't know what it is. I see Mike Conley with it, getting the pass. I see Zion with the jam, and this game is tied at 70, and looking at the AT&T 5G Slam Cam again. Zion has woke up in the second half. Or he's been awake since the second quarter, I should say, but he definitely dominated that third quarter. And it's the reason why this team is still in it. And then they were down by 16, but Zion, you see Bradley Beal for 3, no good, as Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And that was Josh Hart earlier that inbounded the ball, and there's another foul. Zion Williamson is coming into is going to go to the free throw line now. See Zion attempting his first free throw of the game, I believe, and he will make it. Pittsburgh back on top by 1, and that was Josh Hart that rebounded the ball coming out of the time, inbounded the ball coming out of the timeout. As I said, I'm still trying to get used to some of the names here. Hard to see on the court. You see Gobert, or no, Williamson again making that shot. He makes them both, and it's 72-70. Chris Paul getting the pass. He has it now. With the big babies now down 72-70. And you see TJ Warren there outside the free throw 3-point line. Can he come around? Under 5 to shoot here. Warren coming around, and he will make it, and it's 72-72 again. Back and forth. Warren, I believe, now has 6 points in this game. You see the position, the matchup battle comparison there. Both, I believe, has 6 points each. Oh, look at that. Zion on the alley-oop. And it's 74-72. Pittsburgh back on top. We're going down the wire here. Bradley Beal with the jumper, and it's good, and this game is tied at 74. Bradley Beal, 11 of his 13 points in this game have come in the second half. See Zion Williamson. Williamson trying to get through, but he's going to lose it as TJ Warren's going to get the steal. Warren thought about going coast to coast, but he will not. But he gives it over to Chris Paul, or no, that's Bradley. Who is that? I mean, so hard to see on the field, but either way, Boston's on top again by 2. Oh, look at that. Zion again with the alley-oop. He has 30 points tonight. I see Bradley Beal coming around. Beal. No good. Zion Williamson with the rebound. You see Karis LeVert. LeVert handing over to Williamson, but Conley now has it. Conley. No good. Horford with the rebound here as we are just under 2 minutes of play in the fourth quarter. We're actually getting ready, I believe. No, it's still under 2 minutes here as you see Hart with the rebound. Again, it's hard for me to see when I'm trying to do the commentary here. And that's going to be an and one opportunity for the Snowman here. Zion Williamson with 32 points in this game. And now a chance to put his team up by 3. And Zion will make it, and it's 79-76. Bradley Beal has it. And Beal coming around, and he's going to get the bucket. That's now 15 points, and it's now 17 points for him, allowing 5 assists, and it's now back down to a 1-point game again. Conley, and that's a steal by Al Horford. Chris Paul has it. Paul. And that is no good, but Jacob Poeltl there with the rebound. He's going to get an and one opportunity, and Boston's back on top by 1. Jacob Poeltl has had himself a huge second half as well. As you can see here, Poeltl will miss it, and Gobert with the rebound here. Down under a minute to play here in the fourth quarter. Here it's 80-79. Zion Williamson, jump shot, no good. Horford with the rebound. See, Chris Paul has it. When are they going to call the foul? They're not going to call the foul. You see Bradley Beal is going to get another 2 points there. It's now a 3-point lead again for Boston. And a timeout called. Again, coming up next will be the Oakland Fantastics hosting the Anaheim Baffles. That game's coming to you from Oakland, California at the Oakland Arena here. That game coming up at 10 p.m. Eastern. That will also be a premiere on YouTube if you are watching this game on the live premiere. If not, after the game, you guys can watch the video on demand of this game. But as I said, though, it is 82-79. Pittsburgh with 27.8 seconds left to play. This has been a very close game. It was low scoring for a while, but the scoring has picked up here. And I don't know what's going on the both benches. I mean, as you said, the timeout is called. I mean, the Snowmen trailing by 3 now. They were up by as many as 4. They were trailing by as many as 16. But Zion Williamson is the reason this team came back and has had that big third quarter for Zion Williamson. The reason why the Snowmen are still within this game, I should say. Both teams want to try to get the first win ever in the CCBA history. Get that 1-0 start. As you see, both teams coming back out on the court after the timeout here. Pittsburgh ball. As Pittsburgh is going to inbound it here. You see Mike Conley now has it. And look at Zion again. It's 82-81. And now the foul is being called. They're going to now have to try to extend the game, and that was Mike Conley with the foul. They are now in the bonus here. Chris Paul with 2 shots. I believe there's just a shade under 23 seconds left in this game. And he does make the first one. It's a 2-point lead again for the Big Babies. Huge free throw. And he makes them both. It's 84-81. Timeout again. And I'm just going to take a breather here. Alright, and we are back here as we are down to the waning seconds here. 22.9 left to play in the game here. It's 84-81. Could we see overtime, or will Boston hold on and win this game? Remember, the Big Babies had a 16-point lead early in the third quarter, but then a furious comeback led mostly by Zion Williamson had a strong second half. It is only a 3-point game. The largest lead, though, for the Snowmen has been 4 points here. As you can see, Conley with a shot up, no good, and it's rebounded And that's gonna be a foul there. Mike Conley sending Jacob Pirtle to the line for 2 huge free throws here. I believe that's 16.2 left in this game. Huge free throws coming up for the big babies here. And the first shot is good, and it's 85-81. Second free throw, up, no good. Williamson, they're not even going to call a timeout. They may not have any left here. You see, there's a three-point attempt. No good, and Chris Paul's going to have the rebound, or Chris Paul will get fouled, and he's going to go to the line. And there's going to be 2 huge free throws coming up for the big babies here, with under 10 to play here in the game. Even if both free throws are made, there's still a chance for Pittsburgh in this game, because they just get a quick 3, and then they need to get a quick foul, and hopefully both shots are missed, or maybe only one. And he does make the first one. Chris Paul makes them both. It's 87-81 here. That's got to be a quick shot coming around. Pittsburgh needs to get something going here. Shot up by Hart. No good, and they're not even a rebound here in this ball. Game is over with. In the first ever CCBA matchup, the Boston Big Babies, who were up by as many as 16, hold off a furious comeback by the Pittsburgh Snowmen, led by Zion Williamson himself. And they come back from behind after blowing that lead, being down by as many as 4 points, and they come back and win by 6. So this was an incredible game in the first ever CCBA, as you see TJ Warren on the 2K side getting interviewed by David Aldridge. You can't hear the interview because I did turn the commentary down so you can hear my annoying voice. But I really think that maybe Pirtle or Chris Paul should have gotten the interview here, as now we're going to go to the New Balance Player of the Game. And they do correctly give it to Jacob Pirtle, who woke up in this game. I don't know what got off with him, but he did have a strong second half. He had a solid first half, but strong second half for sure. As we now go look at the stats in a second. We're now looking at the stats here. Look at Chris Paul. He had 20 points, 2 assists and a turnover. Bradley Beal, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And looking at Jacob Pirtle, only had 19 points, but 18 rebounds in this game. Double-double, close to 20-20 game for him. He had 2 assists himself. TJ Warren, only 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. So only 3 players had double figures in this game. Derek White, 8 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists as well. And looking at Johnny Davis, only 5 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But now look at Al Horford. He only had 4 points in the starting lineup, but he did crash the board. He had 15 rebounds, 2 steals in this game. So he did some. He contributed a lot. Kelly Olynyk had 2 points in 14 minutes, 1 rebound, and 1 block. So he did have a block in this game. And LaMarcus Aldridge in 11 minutes only had 2 points. He had 8 rebounds and 2 assists and a steal. So he didn't do too much. But as you see, Brissett, though, had some minutes in this game. Only 1 rebound, though, in the time that he had. And then you see players like Malachi Flynn, Josh Jackson, and Isaiah Livers did not play at all in this game. And now for the losing Pittsburgh Snowman here, look at Zion Williamson, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. Zion had himself a game of his life. Mike Conley, 11 points and 14 assists, along with that 1 rebound. Victor Oladipo, 11 points and 1 rebound here. I don't know why I got his name mixed up earlier in this game. Karis LeVert, only 10 points. So I think he only had 2 points in that second half. 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He had a strong first quarter, but then was just held in check the rest of the game. Josh Hart, 8 and 8. 8 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Rudy Gobert out of the starting lineup, just like 4 points, 15 rebounds like Al Horford, 1 assist. As you see, PJ Tucker only 2 points, 2 rebounds here, or 3 rebounds, I should say. And then you got Chimezie Metu, 6 rebounds and an assist. As you can see here, in only 11 minutes of play. And then we go down to Reggie Bullock, only 2 rebounds and 3 assists in 16 minutes of play. And then you start seeing like Raul Neto, Jalen Suggs did not play, Terrence Mann did not play, and Tony Bradley did not play himself. And that is going to do it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this game here. The final score from Boston, Massachusetts, it's 87-81. The Boston Big Babies in the first ever CCBA game come out on top over the Pittsburgh Snowmen. Again, coming up next, coming up a little bit later on at 10 p.m. Eastern. Those of you guys are still watching the live presentation, or live premiere, I should say, for this game. This will be another live premiere for the second game of the doubleheader here, where the Oakland Fantastic Elmos will be hosting the Anaheim Baffles from the Oakland Arena in Oakland, California. The Fantastic Duo is where the Fantastic Elmos are inspired by, one of the biggest Elmo fans that I know of. If you watch his Twitch stream, you will see that he has a lot of Elmos in the background, as well as my friend Baffle99 is inspired by the Anaheim Baffles. So I hope to see you guys there if you guys are watching the premiere. If not, I hope you guys enjoyed this on the video on demand. You guys take care. Peace out, Paisans. Stay safe, everyone.